It has been a few weeks since you've seen me in this seat, but I've got some great updates out of Atlas. On this episode, we talk about the BluePipes top 20 list. We talk about how we got on that list, and we look ahead to TravCon 2023. Atlas All Access starts now. It's been a great couple weeks since you've been here with me last, and we had some awesome news while I was in Colorado with my family on vacation. The BluePipes top 20 list for 2023 came out, and for the first time ever, Atlas MedStaff is number one on Kyle's list. And I knew we made the list. We've made the list 6 out of the 7 years that he's been doing it. It's a labor of love sometimes because it all comes from your reviews. Let's see, and I wrote them down here. He goes to 6 different online sites, social media sites: Google, Glassdoor, Indeed, Facebook, Travel Nursing Central, and Highway Hypodermics. Gathers reviews from travelers from those sites. This year, he evaluated 420. Him and his team evaluated 420 different agencies and over 160,000 reviews. And out of that, we are number one. And I was amazingly proud when I saw that list came out. And I had to take a second. I called Steve Ryan on the phone, and it was very, very satisfying. And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You did this. It wasn't anything we did necessarily. You did this. You went on those sites. You put your reviews in. We can talk about that just a little bit. But you reviewed us, our accounting staff, our recruiters, our client managers, our brand team, our experience team. You reviewed us on those sites, and because of those reviews, you made us number one. So thank you so much. Like I said, it's the 7th year that he's done the top 20. There's a number of agencies that you see on there every single year. There's some great agencies on there. There's a few agencies that have been around for quite a while that made the list this year too. And I would encourage you to go and take a look at the entire top 20 list. It is filled with companies that if you are looking right now, if you haven't started your journey, this is probably where you should start. If you are deep into your travel nursing career and maybe you're not happy with where you're at, this is where you should go. There is a lot of very, very good information, and BluePipes offers a whole lot more than just a review site or just a place to go and aggregate these reviews. And we can talk about that here just in a little bit. But I want to highlight just one of the reasons why we made not only the list again, but made it number one. When I started Atlas all those years ago, well, we're in our 11th year, I wanted it to be focused around the relationship of the recruiter and traveling healthcare professional, because it's so much more than just travel nursing now. I wanted that relationship to be key. And one of the ways that we got to that number one spot was a company called Great Recruiters. And I've talked about them before. I've had Adam Conrad, who runs Great Recruiters, on here with me. He's one of my very best friends in the industry, and his product, Great Recruiters, is like if you're not familiar with it, the Yelp or the Google review for travel nursing recruiters or travel healthcare recruiters. There's just a genius little button in there as you, the traveling healthcare professional, goes in and fills out the review on your recruiter. You have the ability to share that review instantly to Google or Facebook. Now, the company on the back end gets to choose where they want that review shared. We have chosen Google just because, we all know everything's right here, right? And the first thing that you do generally when you hear of a company or you hear of something is you go right here and you search that company out and you go look at the reviews. I do it for products that I buy online. I do it for companies. I do it for restaurants. I do it. Everybody uses this for that. And just by hitting that share to Google, you get things like this review right here. Mary Beth is the best. She is easy to work with and truly cares about her nurses. She makes her nurses feel like nurses should feel every day, valued and heard. So it isn't, Atlas is a great company. It isn't, I love my company. My company did this for me, or Atlas did this for me. It's Mary Beth did this for me. Or I wish I had found Connor Velvin as my recruiter when I started traveling a few years ago. He truly listens to what I wanted for contracts, location, pay package, and specialty. Or Caitlin has been an astounding recruiter for me. These are all Google reviews for Atlas, for the company. 11 years ago, I would never have imagined the ability to do something like this. I would have died for just one good Google review back in the day, a 5-star. That would have been off the charts awesome for us. And now, because of a product like Great Recruiters, it's that one simple button that does exactly what I wanted all of those years ago. Stacy is very knowledgeable about her field. She gave me a lot of security about changing companies. Traveling is not what it used to be a couple years ago, and I feel that she has the experience to make my journey as a traveling nurse safe. Again, not a review about Atlas, but a review about the individual recruiter. Jamie is a great recruiter and is extremely receptive to messages. Eric is a great recruiter, and I have worked with him since I started this journey. I've been doing this 6 years, and no one compares to him. It doesn't get any better than that. If you're out there looking for a recruiter, or maybe it's the industry's changed a lot and you're looking for that change, this gives you the information that you need. And that's what propelled us into that number one spot. It's all based on those reviews. We had an overwhelmingly large number of new reviews on Google and Indeed this year just because of that. Now we're doing we're doing different type of work with Indeed right now. That's working out for the best, but I think the bulk of them came from those Google reviews. So, which brings me to just my opinion. Now this is just my opinion. Our world has changed a lot. And I've said this a lot this year as we've sat here and had these conversations, or I've had someone across from me and we've had these conversations. Jobs are coming back right now, but it's been a tough couple of months. Rates have come down. In some places, rates have come down a lot. I actually saw a stat not too long ago where there are a number of hospitals in the South where rates were below their pre-pandemic levels. Now, I never thought that was going to be the case, and I don't believe that's going to stay like that either. I think those were isolated instances. We were looking for the low of the lows and the high of the highs, and that's what we found. You heard me say it during the pandemic. What we had was unsustainable. It was unsustainable from an agency standpoint. It was unsustainable from a traveler standpoint. Now, the pay was great, but the hours were hell, and what you were asked to do, completely unsustainable. And then finally, from a hospital standpoint, they couldn't keep paying that much for each one of those. Those bill rates were completely unsustainable, and that's where we find ourselves right now. Now, I've done this for 19 years. Back in July was my 19-year anniversary here in the industry, and I've seen a lot of ups and downs. I've seen layoffs in our industry. I've seen the box parades happen, not here, but a different company. I've seen friends of mine that from other agencies that don't work there anymore. It's tough. And this isn't meant to be like a sad opinion, but I can tell you right now, the lows are much lower and the highs were much higher. And that in and of itself isn't sustainable either. We're going to come out of this, and we're already starting to see it happen just a little bit. But it's weird how it always comes back around. And it comes back around because jobs come back, and it comes back around because you make the choice to go work for those companies that you believe in. And it comes right back to those recruiters and those recruiter reviews. Follow the reviews, dig deep, ask questions. You can never, ever ask too many questions. I actually saw there's a group on Facebook not too long ago, and I saw a recruiter from another agency complaining that a traveler was asking too many questions. And I thought, that's insane. First of all, that recruiter's not going to last very long, quite honestly. I think this person was new anyway and just maybe doesn't have the stomach for it. They're not going to last very long in the industry, quite honestly. And the industry will be better when they're not here, to be perfectly honest. But dig deep, ask questions. If a company calls you out of the blue, which is happening, by the way, if you filled out a form anywhere on the internet within the past 2 years, you are probably getting inundated with calls and texts right now. I know you are. I know you are. Ask questions. Ask them keep them on the phone for as long as you possibly can. And then when you get off the phone with them, go look them up. And if you can't find anything about them online, that is your answer. Or if all you find is just their website and maybe just, a bunch of buzzwords that sound good because that's what we do in the industry is say buzzy things and that type of thing, just go find out for yourself. Ask those questions. There's nothing wrong with asking those questions. So I'll come back around to it. The BluePipes top 20 list is a great place to start. It is. I've seen Kyle's spreadsheet. I've seen how much work and effort he puts into this. This isn't just a fly-by-night. You can't buy your way onto this thing. If a company appears on this top 20 list, this is a company you should be talking to right now. And I'm not saying that because we're number one. There's other great ones on there. We've industry friends here in Omaha that are great companies with great people. And you should be talking to them. And you should be asking those types of questions. Now more than ever, you should be asking those questions. But that's just my opinion. All right, we've got a big couple weeks. We got a big couple months coming, quite honestly, crossing over into the last half of the year. Like I said, jobs are coming back, rates are coming back. TravCon is coming up here in September, and we've already started planning for that. So if you're not going to go, and I've heard that it might be happening. I heard it might be might be less attended than in years past, which was kind of sad because TravCon is a way to really connect with agencies, your agency, new recruiters, that type of thing, really connect on a personal level. And it's in Las Vegas, which is fun. There's something for everyone there, quite honestly. It isn't just about gambling anymore. There's something for everyone there. Our list of events is coming. If you've ever hung out with us at TravCon before, you kind of know what we're going to do. You can kind of count on those things: breakfast, pool party, a bus trip. But that actual schedule is coming here over the next couple of weeks. So watch the Facebook and and LinkedIn especially for that schedule. So until then, we'll see you next time.